Hello everyone, I'm back in the review. Uh, Now, someone has said that they can't really understand what I'm saying when I'm talking because I'm not speaking loud enough. Now, I probably will not speak much louder than this, and I will at some points where I do talk a little louder. I just don't want this to go into the red zone as it may mess up the audio more than it is, as it already has an echo. And someone did ask me to play music in the video, so I will do that via editing. Uh, I am making this after the fact of the video, so yeah. Also, if you have epilepsy, please skip past the red and blue part of my intro, as I rather you guys not have seizures. Now, with all that out of the way, I will address things in the video. Sorry if it's boring for this part. Uh, Again, it's only part one. In my plan is to have it increase over time. So yeah, well, all out the way. Uh, I believe it's time for you guys to enjoy the intro and the video.
Welcome to the world, no heroes and villains. Welcome to the war, we've only begun. So pick up your weapon and face it. There's blood on the ground, go and take it. You get one shot to make it out alive. So higher and higher you're chasing. It's deep in your bones, go and take it. This is your moment. Now is your time, so prove yourself and rise.
Hello everyone, now we're back. Why did I start like one of the beginning intro parts? I don't know. Now, please give me a name for Fem Kurama, because yes, the person in the top right is Fem Kurama. Now, yes, Hanabi will be aged up in this, and it is I guess, yeah, technically a harem, consisting of female Kurama, which I'm going to call Kurumi, until I get a name for her in the comment section, and Fu, Kurumi, Fu, and Hanabi. Yeah, that's the ships. Also, I'm going to call Naruto, like his last name will change to, for now, I'm using this as a substitute last name, Void or Vortex, yes, Void or Vortex. But I do want you guys to put a last name in the comment section below. Okay. Okay. Now, oh, also, sorry, Tsunade has wood release because she had blood type O negative, which is universal. So they put freaking Hashirama cells in Tsunade. So yeah. Okay. So we go to one more thing. Tailed Beasts age restart as like when they get sealed, their age resets. They reset as a being, but they still have memories from their first host to this host. So, yeah. Okay, now we can get into the story. So, Naruto in this has three siblings. So there's Naruto, Mito, Menma, and Miho. Yeah, Miho. No, actually it's gonna be Miko. Yeah, Miko. So it's Naruto, Mito, Menma, and Miko. So we skip to the Kyubi attack. Now, In this, Minato is able to see the masked man's attacks a lot easier. His perception has always been a little bit faster. Now that's because he does have slight traces of Uchiha, but not enough for him to unlock the Sharingan, because there are other gene factors getting in the way. Because in this, Naruto does have a gene admiralty. God damn it! Just was able to say not long ago. Abnormality, making his hair black, and for some reason he has red eyes. Kushina has slight Hyuga, but same as Minato, can't really. So she has a bit bigger of a perspective of vision. So field of vision. That's what I was trying to think of. But Kushina still mainly Uzumaki, and in this, Minato is Tsunade's son, and Minato is still Namikaze. Okay. So Minato has just gotten done fighting the Masked Man, as the Kyubi is now not on a rampage, but still is trying to like figure out what the heck's going on, why is she getting attacked, and how to get out of there. Now, Minato sees the obvious state of confusion as, he starts doing the hands for the Reaper Death Seal. The hand signs for the Reaper Death Seal. As right before Minato is able to activate the jutsu, Hiruzen stops him and says, "Let me do this because I've lived a full life. You have to take care of your 4 children," which yeah, and I'm not going back to the Hokage position. I'd rather die. Literally, the paperwork is evil. As Hiruzen before Minato is like processing, wait, what the heck is going on? He says, Reaper Death Seal, as fucking hate my Wi-Fi. Now, he says Reaper Death Seal. Also, I cannot look up the hand seals because my Wi-Fi decided to commit suicide. So yeah. Now, yes, Hiruzen does the Reaper Death Seal and seals 25%. Actually, 30% in every one of them except for Naruto. So Mito, Menma, and Miko all have 30%, leaving Naruto with just 10%. Now, this 10% happen to be the part that regenerates the chakra that is expelled, and yes, has a personality. And technically, if you think about it, when the chakra's gone, then the personality will fully come back, which that's not taking too long. It won't even take until this man gets to Genin for him to get the full Kyubi. So, also known as Kurumi. Now, freaking Kushina, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Minato all decide that they need to go and train Mito, Menma, and Miko, forgetting that they have another child named Naruto. As Naruto's never really been the lock type in this. He's actually been a bit more like Ken and Menma, more calculating, except he never overestimates his abilities. In fact, he underestimates them. Thinks he can do less than he actually can. So, now, as you know, in this, Hiruzen died. So Minato lives, then normally it'd go to Kushina, but Kushina's also leaving. If Kushina left, then it would go to Jiraiya, but Jiraiya would already decline, so then it would go to Tsunade. But Tsunade is also leaving, so that's not an option. And I'm making Danzo a better person. I don't know why I am, but I feel like making Danzo a better person because that's the only way I can think of it working at the present moment. Now, Danzo tries to stop them, and this, so does Orochimaru, as Orochimaru never betrayed them. Yes. Because he thinks just because you're not part of the clan does not mean that you can't get to the level of those that are from a clan. It really all depends on you, how much your body can stand, and multiple other things. Which Minto does not agree with this concept. He thinks, no, if you're part of a clan, depending on how highly ranked you are in the clan. So say, for example, Neji's potential compared to Hinata's. Minto would automatically think, no, Hinata is easily going to be able to be higher than him, so much stronger, that she can probably one-shot him in the tuning exams. I'm gonna say this right now, that's not going to be the case. And, Hinata, you cocky fool. Because yes, in this, Hinata will be cocky. Very cocky. Now, we're gonna go to, well, Naruto at the age of 4. Now, he's asking Danzo to please try to train him and teach him. He says, I'm not sure if you really want that because my method usually makes people not have emotions. As Naruto says, oh, so you mean like this? As you can see his eyes go hollow, you can hear his voice sound void of emotion. As Danzo's thinking, wait, what? As he thinks, test. Hey, Brad, no one ever loved you. Does not affect Naruto. He currently is not feeling any emotions, as he says. Okay, Naruto, first, I'm sorry that I just lied to you and I was being a douche. Second, you can stop now. Third, how the heck are you able to do that? You're 4. 4! As he says, simple, it's quite useful in stopping these villagers from getting a reaction out of me. And putting an emotional mask gets repetitive. I was also thinking, what the heck? How? Okay, I know the villagers were planning stuff, but I don't think they actually did anything. Well, yet. As he's like, these villagers are dead to me. So he calls in Orochimaru. Says, yes, what would you like, Hokage? As he says, I need you to train Naruto. He says, oh? Why would that be, Lord Danzo? Because I'm gonna say he likes being called Danzo, like, by Lord and then his name more than Hokage. Because it's only temporary and he doesn't want to trick his mind. So, he says simply, this boy seems interesting. He's only 4, yet I can already tell that if you wanted to, back a couple years ago, he would have easily been able to infiltrate my root Anbu. So I'm curious to see if, well, he has the same talent as someone that would be placed in the root Anbu at, well, the same amount of talent as his control over his emotions. As Orochimaru asks what he means, as he says, simply, somehow this boy knows how to A, hide his emotions behind a mask, B, get rid of his emotions, and you can see that in his eyes and voice. As Orochimaru's like, wait a dang minute. He's 4, right? We're talking about the kid right there. Danzo says, yep. As Orochimaru says, what the hell have you taught this kid? It also says nothing. Literally nothing. So I want you to teach this boy and, give me a list of other Jonin senseis that you think would be a good senseis for him. And I can already tell this boy is probably not going to get any of your habits, nor like any other person's habits. He's probably going to have his own habits. Genuinely. As Orochimaru says, as you wish, Hokage-sama. As... Okay. He says, when should we start training him? Danzo-sama. As he says, half a week from now. Until then you have time to, well, pick Jonin senseis and, yeah. picked Jonin Sensei to teach this boy the truth of ninja arts. As you can see, most of these genin don't understand the truth of what being a ninja should be, knowing how to stop your emotions and let them flow, along with, well, the natural capabilities that most Jonis have. A lot of them do not sink as low as trickery, but as a ninja you need to be able to know how to trick and be good at it. As Orochimaru says, yes, I believe that is true. I think Minato is making this generation a bit too soft. As Danzo says, yes, he may be a decent Hokage when it comes to political matters, but seeing how he's forgotten about one of his own children, he is not fit to be Hokage, especially if he can't even manage his family. Now, Naruto didn't know that Minato forgot about him at all. Oh, I need to put that. As he awakens the first stage of the Hashigan. Yes, I know, I'm using the Hashigan quite a lot. But as you know, the Hashigan has 4 stages. I'll edit the thumbnail so that way y'all can see it. One fucking load that. He does not get the Tomoe or the Uchiha, any of like the Uchiha part. He'll just get that little, the little symbols on the side of his eyes. Now, Danzo is shocked, and so is Orochimaru. They've never seen this Dojutsu. I say, Naruto, do you sense any chakra going towards your eyes? As Naruto says, I mean, I feel an energy. I don't know that chakra, though. Again, no one's ever taught me anything. Yeah, I guess so. As they say, try to cut that energy flow, as Naruto does as his eyes go back to a normal crimson red. As they say, how interesting. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video so I can edit it later, and I'm gonna fix my gosh dang Wi-Fi and edit this thumbnail. For you guys, it was only a couple seconds, but I've been gone for like an hour after figuring out Wi-Fi and watching something that was very good, but that's neither here nor that. Back to the story. Now, if I remember correctly, we left off where Danzo Shimura gave Orochimaru permission to, in half a week, gain teachers for Naruto. Now, Orochimaru gave him a list consisting of Might Guy, Shisui Uchiha, Kurenai, Kakashi, Shikaku, Fugaku, and Hizashi. Not the clan head, his brother. Yeah, that one. Because say he didn't die yet. Yeah. Why? Because someone needs to teach this man about how to use the Sharingan and Yakugan, because that's what the Hashigan is. It's a hybrid, basically. With possibly a couple of newer abilities. Now, he says, I need to at least choose 3. Now, he's thinking, all these people have the potential to make this boy very strong. The only reason I added Fugaku, it was simply because he knows a bit of better use for each stage of the Sharingan in Shisui. I know somebody's going to say that wrong. That's incorrect. But he's had the Sharingan for longer. That's the only reason I'm saying that. As he says, considering how the Hokage's wife, Jiraiya, and Tsunade is all teaching Menma, Mito, and Miko. Holy crap, I remembered their names. I believe it would be correct if we were to give him all of them to see which would be stronger, majority or quantity or quality. as technically, frigging, each one of them is stronger than, one of those teachers. But if you think about it, in my opinion, if there's a certain quantity that teaches you correctly, then you can beat quality, because that can add up. And that's my logic. As Orochimaru says, "Thank you, Lord Danzo." Now,
So I'm gonna say this was at the end of his end of the time because he got all of them to approve. Now, whatever.
I just realized I could have put Itachi instead of Kurenai. But I'm just gonna say for plot armor that they're still using Itachi for as a double agent. So yeah. Now they told Naruto to wake up at 3 a.m. He gets like an hour to himself to wake up, and then they start training. Yep. And I'm gonna say that freaking the academy starts at 7:30 and ends at 2. And why? Because I feel like it. So, from 4 to 5:30. Sorry guys, I'm writing a literal schedule for this. He will work on taijutsu, ninjutsu, and kinjutsu. So, those are going to be the 3 he's going to be working on for an hour and 30 minutes. And the first thing that he was taught even before this happened was the Kage Bunshinjutsu. So, it is possible. And then from 5:30 to 6:30, he'll be working on speed tracking and genjutsu. So. And then, 6:30, through, 7:30 will be him getting ready for the, academy. Because, I'm gonna say they started the academy when he's 5, and they ended at 13. Because it's Naruto. Sorry, not 5, 4, because he's 4 at this point. Which I know, it seems a little unreasonable, but it's also quite unreasonable that they can walk on walls and water like it's nothing and fight on it. And the fact that they can make stuff that can destroy a country like it's nothing. So, I don't want to hear it. And, so yeah. So remember, 6:30 to 7:30 school prep, then 7:30 through 2 p.m. is school. After that, starting from 2:30 through, flipping, let's go 3:30. Oops. 3:30. Will be shuriken, kenjutsu, and him practicing the speed of his hand seals. And then through 3:30 to 4:30 will be strategy and intelligent. So yeah, just basically intelligence and strategies. that will be the training. And then oh nope, god dang it. Okay, thank you. Now then this would be, yeah, so then through 4:30 to 6:50 will be Dojutsu training. Now, the reason I have the Dojutsu training is two 2 hours and 20 minutes is because they don't know what Dojutsu can do, so they're gonna be trying out new things and practicing what they know with the Byakugan and Sharingan, because Naruto did say like the effects he got so far, so they were able to conclude it's similar to the Sharingan and Byakugan, and it could have some traits and abilities that the Sharingan and Byakugan do not have. And then, yeah, from then until 12 is him doing whatever the heck he wants. And then after 12, he goes to sleep, sleeps for 3 hours. Also, I know 3 hours does not seem like a long time to sleep. Again, it's Naruto, nothing makes sense, and I can wake up at 3 from going to sleep at 12. It's just, I'm stupid groggy. But Naruto in this, he will actually adapt. And also, because he decided to for a prank that became, like, everyone's alarm at 5 a.m. Everyone gets woken up. They don't know how he did it, but he did. And it's just him, it's not even him screaming. It's just him using loud jutsus and instruments. They don't know how he learned how to play the instruments. He don't know how they don't know how he did any of this. For the shinobi, it was a nice alarm because they knew to be on guard and everything. Along with the fact they need to wake up at like 5 anyway. And for the citizens, they kind of hated it, but they liked how they could wake up around the same time as shinobi. Because it helped their businesses, because usually shinobi had to leave before they woke up, so they didn't get as much profit as they could have. So in the end, the citizens were also thankful to Naruto for doing this, even though it was slightly annoying in their eyes. Now, they told Naruto about the schedule as he thinks, wow, this is gonna be fun. Oh, okay, I was sorry, guys, I got really confused. So yeah. So, day 1, they spend 30 minutes on Kinjutsu, so sealing, then another 30 minutes on ninjutsu. Now, they found out, despite the fact that he didn't really have much Namikaze gene at all. He was very fast. And, again, Taijutsu was actually one of the easier, the second easiest out of the 3 subjects. The easiest one was Kinjutsu, also known as Sealing Jutsu. The hardest one was actually Ninjutsu, because in this timeline, Naruto has a massive chakra pool from birth, almost being as big as the Nine Tails. So the Nine Tails chakra, also being in Naruto, will eventually double that amount. And then if you add that, it's literally 3 times the amount of chakra he had at birth, which is insane. Also, well, actually, it's a little more than that, but it's still incredible. Because keep in mind, Uzumaki's at the age of 5 have Genin level reserves,
Then at the genin level, they have chunin, and at chunin, they have jonin. And at jonin, they usually have Hokage level. And Hokage level, and when they get to Hokage, then you get the idea. Now, keep in mind, I was using a span of 3 years for each one of those, so, and that's without training. So the fact that Naruto is increasing his chakra reserves with the speed of the Nine Tails helping, yeah, his chakra reserves are gonna be absurd by the end of this. I'm telling you that right now. It's gonna surpass Kaguya. So, be ready to be surprised. Very. And I was so dumb, I forgot to edit the freaking thumbnail. I was so stupid. Now, yeah, I'm just gonna have to do this a bunch. So yeah, you're gonna hear clicking a lot, guys. I apologize because that's just me messing with the thumbnail. So that way, it's a little easier for you guys to know what I'm talking about. Also, I do want to say, the fact that Kurumi is sealed within him made it a lot easier for him to unlock his Dojutsu. So. Sorry, song's playing in my head. Now,
Naruto is a very calm child, but also one that is not afraid to fight you if you insult someone or something he cares about. But back to the training we go. Oh, I screwed up. Oh, I just screwed up. Oh, I just fudged up. I should. God damn it.
well, that's gonna be fun.
So, now we go to freaking 5:30. He is training with Shishui on, well, increasing his speed through normal exercises, which will help his chakra control, and knowing how to track people. Which, something that Shishui learned was that Naruto has an natural talent for understanding how someone's running, basically, or how they moved. Almost like Itachi, but better, in a sense, like, not by much, but a little bit. You can tell when they change, even if there's very little evidence. Change direction.
Now, they spend freaking 45 minutes on that, as then he goes to Kurenai, as Kurenai will teach him the jutsus and help narrow it down, and
When it comes to using the Sharingan to boost it, Shishui will help with the Genjutsu as well. Because keep in mind, Shishui does have the Kodomatsu Kami, so. As, should I? Sorry guys, I'm debating. Yeah, and I'm gonna say they learned 3 as kekkai genkai in total. One being the Hashigan, another one being Crystal, and Wood Release. Now, they were shocked to see that he had Wood Release, which then they think, does that mean he's somehow related to Hashirama? Which, no, he's not. But I am going to say that since Kurama was made out of the Ten Tails, sorry, not Kurama, Kurumi, all tail beasts have a chance of giving their host a kekkai genkai. And Kurumi's was Wood Release. Now, they they don't know how they're gonna change wood release mainly. Well, actually, yes they do. They have Orochimaru. And crystal release, Orochimaru doesn't know much about, but he does know how to train it in a sense. It ignores the elements of chakra and only cares about the sheer amount of chakra. So genjutsus will be even less effective on him. Because yes, stuff like freaking Kodo Matsukami or Tsukiyomi wouldn't normally work on him because Kurumi still technically can't ward those off. I'm gonna say that's how. Kurumi got freaking brainwashed twice in a row. Which that's rough. But since Crystal Release is a thing, yeah, Kodo Matsukami will only have half an effect, and that's at base of unlocking Crystal Release. Actually, no, Tsukiyomi will only have half effect, and Kodo Matsukami will still have 3/4 of an effect on Naruto. So, then, after he's done with speed, tracking, and genjutsu, as you know, school, yeah, that starts as he meets an Uchiha known as, flippin' Sosuke Uchiha. Now, he immediately recognizes that Sasuke is a little arrogant. A little arrogant, overconfident, and will always overplay his abilities. That is gonna be how Sasuke is, and no matter what Itachi does, he just simply won't stop doing that. But now we're in a time skip to when Naruto 8. So now he doesn't have to worry about the normal school stuff. They already learned all that. And now it's just gonna be straight ninja school. Screw the history. They tried to with Don. They tried to say we should incorporate history, and they tried telling that to Danzo. As Danzo straight said, ninja history. You realize, hey, we already taught about ninja history. We can go in more depth, yes, but keep in mind, as that game that the kids like to call telephone, it's gonna keep on changing the more we tell it. Along with the fact, what are they gonna do? Give a whole lecture in the middle of a fight to the death? Come on, be reasonable. Like, it doesn't even take Nara intelligence to know. Flip. It takes half the brain cells of a not even a 10-year-old, a 6-year-old that wants to be a ninja to know that. As the civilian council immediately feels like morons. So, I know I'm being quite vague for this, so I'm gonna go a bit more in depth. Mainly on his training, or him unlocking things. Now, as you know, we go to Shuriken and Kenjutsu, along with hand seals. Now, they start with Shuriken Jutsu. Yeah. As something they were surprised about and they don't understand is, they said, okay, we want you to channel a little bit of chakra into this weapon. Try using crystal release or a mix of chakras randomly. As Naruto says, okay, as he does, and he does crystal release first, as they realize that the shuriken, you can't see it, but it's coated in a very thin layer of crystals. Now they try to use jutsu to stop it, doesn't work. The only thing that can really stop that shuriken is a physical object. So stuff like earth release, steel release, and other things that, conjure physical things that aren't wind, water, lightning, or fire. Or heck, even scorch release will work, because keep in mind, scorch release literally burns everything away. Now, Naruto knows that he can't overestimate his abilities, because if he does, that may one day become his downfall. And he doesn't know about anyone else, but he sure as heck does not feel like dying in battle. Oh, hey, it bloomin' works. Alright, there you guys go. Now, this little outer bit is what he first unlocked. And he started going over the feats of his family, trying to learn jutsus from them. As he sees one seal known as the Reaper Death Seal. Now, he's wondering, because he realizes that that's the one on his stomach, but he knows that no Uzumaki used it. So he asks Danzo, as this is what changed Danzo, was Haruzen's death. He explains to Naruto everything that happened, as Naruto has great respect for the third, and Danzo even explained how he acted beforehand, as he thought Danzo was kind of being dumb about it, but understood at the same time where it was coming from. Now, yeah. I'm gonna go over some of the jutsus. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna explain more about the freaking kunais and shuriken. So, and then another time, he activated his eyes and looked at it, as they saw a white and crimson, you could say aura, because it wasn't technically chakra, start to envelop, and basically the two top parts were white going towards the center, and the two side parts were red going towards the center. Now, at the center, you could see that it was a spiral, as when Naruto threw this, physical objects wouldn't stop it, but stuff like fire style would stop it. Now, then he tried to see what would happen if he just mixed a couple random elements. As they saw this dark, black, purplish aura go on the shurikens, enveloping it. Now, when Naruto threw it, he realized that he can control the chakra. If it's soft, it will absorb chakra, and the chakra on the kunai will fade. But if he hardens the chakra, then it will cause serious damage to a physical thing. Instead of piercing it, in fact, it will straight dent it, no matter what part of it hits. As long as it touches it, yeah, dented. Now, as you guys have probably figured out, this is Dark Release. Now, the Dojutsu ability he has used, I'm gonna call it freaking, I don't know. I'm gonna say he calls it the Blood Raven Wrath, as that's the mixture. Now he calls the just ability by itself without mixing with the weapon, Blood Raven, because he's always like ravens, the birds. Now, blood part was just because he knew weapons are just gonna draw blood. Heck, even the ability by itself, if you got a good mastery over it, would probably do that. So then they move on to swords, as they tell him to try to do the same thing, as the crystals gave the sword an odd property. Now, whenever Naruto would do that, it's like it gave it a little bit more width and height, but it was like it was hollow inside. So they told Naruto to try to put something like wind and water chakra, as he did, because that filled in the gap. So the water and wind were swirling around. So he jumped back and made a slice. Now, this broke through the crystal, releasing a slice of wind and water chakra compressed, going for around 5 feet. So it was a short to mid-range attack. So they were shocked, honestly, because crystal release is how it's going to work. Is
he's not going to really need a lot of charge control for it. It's going to be kind of like a holder when it comes to using natures and things like swords.
Now, he practices his hand seals for 20 minutes as he practices shuriken throwing and infusing the shurikens with chakra for 20 minutes, and the swords. Now, something else he learned about using swords actually was right before contact, he can release the chakra, so when it makes contact, it gives a secondary blow, you could say. So first the contact of the blade, and then the chakra erupting from it would start blowing the sword back and possibly out of the person's hands, giving Naruto a chance to, well, try to cut them or run away, depending on what elements he used. But that will not work on chakra blades or chakra shurikens or anything, because I'm going to say that would just give the weapons a boost if it works with the natures that is infused in it. If no natures are infused with it, then it will get the chakra natures that was used on it. So that's the downside of these jutsus. Heck, it will even work with the crystal release. So then he practices hand seals, getting to I'm gonna say a low tuning speed. As then, how he does intelligence and strategy is simply they found out he can multitask. So while playing a game of shogi, he is also taking tests and reading books to boost his intelligence and strategy of battles. And with his dojutsus, the Hyuga Uchi has really just taught them their techniques, and saw that stage 1 of Naruto's dojutsu acted like a 3 Tomoe Sharingan. So, stage 2 will be, I'm gonna say, weak Mangekyo. Stage 3 will be high Mangekyo. And stage 4 will be somewhere in between Eternal Mangekyo and Renegon, perception-wise. So yes, I know, very broken. Should I end the video now? Yes, I'm gonna end the video now. I didn't really have much of a plan for this, so I apologize if it was very rough and not that good. But, yeah, with all of that out the way, thank you all for listening. In the next part, you'll probably see what he's going to look like when he's 13, because that will be when, Minato, Tsunade, Jiraiya, and Kushina all return. And I think that's going to be where it gets decently interesting. So, with all that out the way, this is going to be goodbye. See y'all later. And I will be making part 2 to what if Kaname Sudo had chakra today. So, nice to meet you. Soiny out.